Brainlang, el inglés sin estrés.
1, 2, 3, audio testing. 1, 2, 3, audio testing. Welcome, everybody. Today is Friday, April 23rd, 2021. We are now officially halfway through our English course, our A10 Upper Intermediate course. Before we begin today's class, I would like to ask, in general, what are your feelings throughout this course? How do you feel? Do you think the teacher should leave extra time for certain activities? Should we go faster? Should we acquire more material from outside the Pearson platform? Maybe we can also discuss about the presentations. Perhaps you can come up with another methodology, idea, option. Okay, so let's take about 5 minutes to discuss the pros and cons about this course and the teacher's methodology, and where we can reinforce certain aspects. So 5 minutes. Should I call names out, or feel free to intervene, to share, to discuss? Okay, so let's begin by order of assistance for today. So Sharai, you were first. Is there something that you would like to add or comment about the course so far?
I think it's everything okay. Yes, I like the methodology. That's all, I think.
Okay, Sharai, thank you very much. Now, going back to our presentations, yesterday I mentioned that I was going to share the feedback in a private manner. So for that specific presentation, for I believe it was our fourth presentation, expect to get a personal feedback with some notes that I made. And remember, the main goal for that would be to speak freely, to speak with certainty, okay? And that's the main goal, which if I go back to our first presentation and compare them to maybe yesterday's presentation, in my personal opinion, I really can see a difference between in your development. So I can detect that you are now more freely, that you are now more confident, that you have more confidence. Okay, so that's the gift, the present that I want to give you in this course. Okay, to trust yourself, to have confidence. Okay. Well, what about you, Melissa? Do you have something to add, or maybe suggest so far?
I think that, I don't know, I really like the classes and using the platform. I think the time is correct for all the assignments and the quizzes. I think that I don't have much problems with the time. The only thing that maybe I would suggest, but I think it's also on the platform, is, I don't know, like having like a presentation. I don't know if a PowerPoint or a Google Doc, about the grammar, because that's the part that I have a problem with, o sea, la que más me cuesta entender, por así decirlo. Entonces, having like a document or a presentation with, for example, the gerunds, or the infinite, I think that would be useful even when the the course ends, no? So you can go back to it and y repasar lo que hemos llevado. Esa sería la única sugerencia, pero después todo me está pareciendo muy, muy bonito, ¿no? El usar la plataforma, los assignments y hacerlo dinámico, ya que sobre todo somos poquitos, está súper cool.
Yes, I agree too, Melissa. I'm thinking about that. For example, for the grammar so far, I have used extra material, which are the videos, the YouTube videos, but I believe I can also activate, okay, a website that a teacher used to work with when I first began working for Executive English. And I think it's a very good site. I mean, it's a site in which the teacher looks or search for a specific grammar, and then a load of activities would come up. And not only that, the activities are, for example, I can choose an activity that contains maybe 10 questions about that specific grammar. And once you grade it, once you do it, it would automatically launches your grade. So expect that for maybe next week. For this unit, we are going to work with present perfect continuous, embedded questions, which is basically 2 questions within one, okay? And I think we can take maybe 5 extra minutes outside our Pearson platform universe to understand and acquire and concentrate, of course, specifically on that grammatical aspect. And yes, I agree with you. So I already wrote that down. Thank you very much, Melissa. Lourdes, how are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I am doing great. How did you feel yesterday? If I can recall correctly, it was your first time selecting option B, a pre-recorded presentation. How did you feel working that way?
I think that it's a good option, but I really prefer the live presentation because I have the observations and the retroalimentación, feedback at the time. So I think that live it's a better option for me, but yesterday I really couldn't be live.
I mean, that's all right. I know that sometimes things come up, and well, that's why I thought about this option B. This was due to experience throughout my first group here in Executive English. Well, with that being said, my dear students, let's begin with our new unit called She's an Actor, She's an Actress, something like that. Let me go back here, minimize. So this third unit, it's called Jackie, the Actress. Okay, so who is Jackie? I think I mentioned that yesterday. Jackie should be Ben's sister. And who is Ben? If you can tell me or remind me of, who is Ben? Do you remember Ben? Who could Ben be? Remember Nick, the famous soccer player? Somebody is jealous of Nick's fame. So Ben, if I am not mistaken the name, Ben framed him, okay, with a shoe endorsement, okay, and he worked in pair with his sister Jackie. So we are going to continue developing this story, which is interesting. It's really long, okay? And let's begin by reading the unit summary. That way we can perhaps know what vocabulary we are going to deal with, what grammar aspects are we going to cover, etc., etc. So video listening and vocabulary, go ahead, Sharai. Before you begin, tell me if it's clear.
Yes, teacher, it's here.
Okay, try to speak louder, that way we can hear you. Go ahead.
You hear me? Video listening. Watch the video and answer questions about the information and access in it.
Ideas?
The screen is blurry, teacher. Sorry. Okay, now it's better. Learn more about body language and other cultural aspects of the video. Vocabulary. Learn the meaning and usage of this expression connect to us. Agent, camera person, costume designer, film director, makeup artist, producer, scriptwriter, set designer, sound engineer, and stunt person.
Thank you very much. Now let's continue with Melissa for the following two skills, speaking and grammar.
Okay, speaking, learn expressions you can use to ask for general and specific impressions. What do you think of Professor Roberts? What do you like about his lecture? Then respond to questions about impressions. He's fabulous. Grammar. Learn to express yourself using present perfect and present perfect continuous. Have you found out Jackie's schedule? I've been studying journalism and for about 6 months. Then embedded, and how do you say
WH and yes.
Embedded WH and yes no questions. Can you tell me when the class begins? Do you know if she's there? Simple adjectives. It was so exciting.
Thank you very much. Now here on the grammar, okay, present perfect and present perfect continuous. I think this unit is going to concentrate on present perfect continuous. If not, then we can just take some minutes next week to review and compare these two verbal tenses, okay? So I've been studying journalism for about 6 months. I've been studying. That means that he's still studying, okay, journalism. So very easy. The formula would be subject pronoun, auxiliary verb have, then been, and the verb in ing form, okay? Then the embedded question, I mentioned that it's basically two questions within one. Can you tell me when? So here, can you tell me? That's one. And another question is when? Do you know if she's there? Okay. Then participle adjectives. I don't remember if it was one of you, but on your presentations, I was going through some of my notes, and some of you still do not understand or know when to use an adjective using ed or ing. But it might be another on the other group, but remember, it was so exciting. We use the ing for situations or things. For example, the baseball game was interesting, okay? If we want to describe perhaps a person, then we use it with an ed. For example, the teacher is interested in learning a new language. The teacher is interested. The teacher is interesting. No, the teacher is interested in learning new languages. So we will cover that, okay? Last but not least, okay, we have 4. Go ahead, my dear Lourdes.
Okay, task listening. Listen to the college advisor's instructions for how to register for classes. Choose the correct places on the maps of the campus. Pronunciation. Practice your pronunciation of raising intonation for some questions. Do you know if he is teaching this semester? Stress in non-compounds, homework, drama student, read about the cell phone phenomenon across the world. And on the web, research smartphones and write about a smartphone.
Okay, thank you very much. So remember, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Intonation. Do you know if he's teaching this semester? Okay, what's important? This semester. Maybe he's afraid of the teacher because he or she heard that he's really a really tough teacher. Okay, so reading the cell phone phenomenon and on the web. On the web, research smartphones, write about smartphones. So we are dealing with technology. And one more thing before I forget, task listening. Okay, so task listening. We are going to familiarize ourselves with how we can address a conversation in a college environment. So listen to a college advisor instructions for how to register for class. Choose the correct places on the map of the campus. Okay, so vocabulary for American universities. So with that being said, let's go straight to I usually like to start with my vocabulary, then go into my video listening. So let's quickly go over them. It's about acting, okay? That way, when the video comes, you will have a better idea about these words, So vocabulary help. Here is what we can go over in order to further understand the vocab, okay? So vocabulary, we have agent, camera person, costume designer, film director, producer, script writer, set designer, sound engineer. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. I will read the first two, then Sharai, 3 and 4, Melissa, 5 and 6, and Lourdes, the last two. So, agent, someone who is paid by actors or musicians to find work for them. My agent got me a part in the new play. Camera person, a person who operates a camera to film movies or television programs. The movie is beautiful filmed. See how they are using this adverb? It was beautifully filmed. Okay, so try to identify beautifully. Okay, here is the double L-Y, and according to the previous lesson, this was a suffix or a prefix, a suffix, okay? Filmed, okay? It's an adverb, okay? And so on. The camera person did a great job. Good. So, Shara, next two. Let me adjust. All right. There you go. Shara, can you continue?
Sorry, teacher, I can't read anything. It's really blurry, the screen.
Is it better now?
No.
Okay. Melissa, are you having the same problem?
Yes, teacher, I can read anything.
Okay, let me try something new. Is it clear now, or should I take a snapshot and send it on the WhatsApp group?
Now it's better, teacher.
All right, thank you.
So, a costume designer, someone whose job is to make patterns for actress clothes for movies or plays. The costume designer did a wonderful job creating the clothes for the play. Film director, a person who tells the actors and other people what to do when a movie is being made. Alfred Hitchcock was a film director who was famous for his mystery.
Thank you very much. Now let's continue with Melissa, makeup artist.
Teacher, I can read it. For me, it's still blurry.
what I can do is read the following two, and let's wait for Lourdes' answer about the quality of this image. But in order for you to also have it, I must take a snapshot and send it on the WhatsApp group. So I will do that now. And that way you can read
Yes,
it.
teacher.
Yes, that's the solution. Okay, Melissa, are you ready?
Yes.
Makeup artist.
Makeup artist, no? Okay, makeup artist. A person who puts things on the faces of actors to improve or change their appearance. It took several hours for the makeup artist to make the actor look like an ape. And a script writer.
Wait a minute, please. Makeup artist for, okay, so he was working with this actor to make him look like an ape. What movie do you think they are talking about?
Planeta de los Simios. I don't know.
Yes, have you seen any of those movies?
No.
No? Okay. And now, before we continue, we already went through agent, camera person, costume designer, film director, and makeup artist. It is now the time to discuss, break the ice, to talk about what you know about this job vocabulary, and if perhaps you know, if you have maybe a family member or a friend who develops in this professional job. So go ahead. For example, I can start by adding information, discussing, for example, makeup artist. I don't know if you like Luis Miguel, but the second how can I say temporada in English? The second what?
Season?
Thank you, Melissa. The second season was released, I think it was last Friday. And well, before I began watching the new series about Luis Miguel, I watched the trailer. After the trailer, I noticed that in this second season, they are going to concentrate on an aged Luis Miguel, meaning that we are moving, we are moving from the youth years to the adult years. So Diego, who is the actor that performs this character, he's really young. So in order to make him look like Luis Miguel in his 30th, mid-30th, the makeup artist had to do a really, really good job. So I saw this interview in which Diego something like that, I forgot his name. He was talking about how he called a really talented makeup artist from Hollywood. And at the time he was busy doing another film, but he used technology to come up with a similar face as to Luis Miguel's mid-30th phase. So he used this technology that we can also observe on another movie by Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. They are famous for making masks by using some type of technology. So that's basically the same technology that they use. He mentioned that they gather more than 1,000 pictures from different angles. That way, the artificial intelligence would make up the impression, because it's actually an impression of Luis Miguel's face. So once the impression was done, Mexican, here it is, Mexican, yes, makeup artist worked on Diego's face, and so he mentioned that he sat the first week, he sat for 7 hours in order to come up with a similar face as to Luis Miguel. So then he mentioned that on the second week, they reduced the timing to 3 hours. But still, it was really, it is a really difficult job, but the outcome is incredible. I don't know if you have watched the trailer or that if you've seen the first Luis Miguel season, but that was really interesting. So makeup artist and the entire universe is really interesting. So if one of you could share whatever it is that you know of about agent, camera person, costume designer, film director, or makeup artist. Go ahead, feel free. I do not want to call names. This is only if you know. This is to break the ice and have a funnier, a more enjoyable class. So feel free, okay? Feel free. I will not take points away for making grammar mistakes, speaking mistakes. Just feel free, okay? So go ahead.
I don't know anyone who is a makeup artist, but I actually saw the premiere of the second season on Sunday, I think it was. And I saw the video too about how was the transformation, and I think it was really long. I watched the video and it said that the first time was 7 hours and the best that they could
reduce it.
Exactly. Reduce it was like 2.5 hours, and yes. I think it's quite a lot, or it's still a lot of time. So I don't know. It's complex. I think that these kind of jobs probably are not as important to some people like the actor or actress, but they make a huge difference because if you don't have a great crew or team in this type of series or movies, the outcome can be fake. I don't know. Could be something that doesn't look real, or something that maybe disappoints the audience if you don't have a great crew behind the actors, no?
Exactly, Melissa, and this reminds me of, since it's not an easy job, I'm pretty sure they get paid at least well. They get paid well, and as a matter of fact, if I am not mistaken, makeup artists can also win Oscars. Am I correct? Melissa?
Yeah.
Exactly. So This is important. So in order to come up with perfection, you need the best crew, you need the best of the best. So with that being said, let's continue to producer. Yes, producer should be your next word, my dear Melissa, go ahead.
Okay, producer, someone who controls the preparation of a play or a movie, but who does not direct the actors. He was the producer of several popular plays on Broadway.
Okay, thank you. My dear, who should be next? I think first two was me, second two, Shara, then Elisa, and we have four more. Go ahead with the following two, and I'll finish this off. Go ahead, Lourdes.
Okay, the scripter and the set designer, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, a script writer. Someone who writes what the actors have to say in a play or movie. The actor reads the lines that the scripter gave him. Set designer, a person who designs the place where a movie is filmed or a play or a play is acted. The background created by the set designer looked very realistic to the audience.
Okay, thank you. Sound engineer, someone who controls what people hear in a movie. The sound engineer had a difficult time preparing the television program about earthquakes. Stunt person. Stunt person is a really dangerous job. They get to do the physical and dangerous scenes for the actual actor or actress. Stunt person, someone who takes the place of an actor when something dangerous has to be done in a movie. Special effects done by computer can sometimes take the place of a stunt person, okay? Thank you very much. So a producer, someone who controls the preparation of a play or a movie, but who does not direct the actors, controls the preparation of the play. Producer, can we conclude that Warner Brothers are producers? Because I really do not understand a lot about this Hollywood cinema vocabulary. So if one of you can at least explain to me the difference between a producer and Warner Bros, I would appreciate it. Or at least producer. And isn't a producer the one who takes care of the money? And anyone?
I think so.
Okay, yes, me too. So would Warner Brothers be the producers for certain movies?
I think because a producer is someone, maybe a ver, en español, a veces el productor es el que él mismo financia el proyecto, pero a veces es una persona contratada por la empresa, digamos, por ejemplo, Warner Bros. No tiene, digamos, a los dos hermanos, en ese caso, si fueran dos, haciendo todas las películas, pero contratan a alguien en nombre de la empresa, and I think that's the difference.
Yes, all right. So a script writer, we know that sometimes movies are made out of books, for example, Harry Potter or Twilight, okay? But a script writer is someone who writes what the actors have to say in a play or movie. The actor read the lines that the script writers gave him. So is the script writer the one who actually wrote the story? No, that would be the writer. The script writer can perhaps change or manipulate certain lines. Am I on the correct path here? Yes or no? About script writer and the actual writer? I guess so. So that's these are the vocabulary for our cinema Hollywood vocabulary for the unit. So these activities, we are no longer, at least not for today, we're not going to work as a group for this, but they are going to be activated and the due date would be next week. Okay, so let me take this off. You don't need to see this anymore. And let me activate it. Okay, that was the vocabulary. So vocabulary, it's activated for today. Now let's go straight to the video, pre-listening. Okay, A3, video listening, pre-listening number 1. Amy has found out that Jackie takes acting classes at the I want you to concentrate on this one. I have mentioned that when the noun starts with a vowel, then we should pronounce the article as the. But this one starts with a U, that's a vowel, but the pronunciation is schwa, yeah. So it should be the university, okay? All right, so let's continue. So Amy has found out that Jackie takes acting classes at the university. Now, Amy has gone there to find Jackie. Talia is going to meet her at the university so that they can talk to Jackie. So Amy and Talia are going to meet her. Amy has arrived before Talia. Look at the picture. Amy is going to talk to Jackie. Predict, what do you think she will talk about first? Remember, she's not going to make a new friend. She's not going to interview her for being a good actress. She's after her because she's involved in this frame situation about Nick and Dean. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different options. Number 1, Jackie's brother Dean. Number 2, Jackie's acting ability. Maybe she can start by asking these questions. That way Jackie can be interested in talking to her, okay? Drama classes at the university. Oh my God, that could be a possibility. And number 4, the audio recording that was sent to Newsline. So Melissa, Sharai, and Lourdes, choose 2 that you think Amy is going to interact with Jackie. Let's begin with Melissa. Mention it with a number, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
4.
Number 4, okay, so only 1. You think she's going to talk about the audio recording that was sent to Newsline, all right? Okay. Shara.
I don't know, maybe it's Jackie's acting ability.
Okay, maybe she can start talking about her abilities. That way she can, para que pueda soltar la sopa una vez que este modo de approach, psychological approach, la haga hablar, cantar como pájaro. Lourdes, which one do you think she's going to start talking about?
I think that maybe it's the third one and the fourth.
Okay, good. So let's go to the video. Let's go straight to the video.
Talia, where are you? Are you almost here?
I'm less than 5 minutes away. Can you see her?
Yes, yes. I see her. She's sitting at a table. Hurry up, class starts in about 10 minutes.
Well, just go over to her and start a conversation. You've done your homework, haven't you?
My homework?
I mean, have you found out what courses she's taking and everything?
Oh, yeah. I can do a little acting myself, if that's what you mean.
So, go act like a drama student and go and talk to her. I'll be right there.
Excuse me, you're in the drama program, right?
Yes. Oh, hi.
Do you know if Professor Roberts is teaching this semester?
Yes, he is. He's fabulous. I'm taking his improvisation class. In fact, it's tonight.
Oh, great.
I've been taking classes here for about a year, and I think he's been my best teacher.
I know what you mean. He's very inspiring, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I've become a much better actor since taking his classes.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
One more time. I know that you have caught most of the keywords, okay? So let's now rewatch it with subtitles.
Talia, where are you? Are you almost here?
I'm less than 5 minutes away. Can you see her?
Yes, yes. I see her. She's sitting at a table. Hurry up, class starts in about 10 minutes.
Well, just go over to her and start a conversation. You've done your homework, haven't you?
My homework?
I mean, have you found out what courses she's taking and everything?
Oh, yeah. I can do a little acting myself, if that's what you mean.
So, go act like a drama student and go and talk to her. I'll be right there.
Excuse me, you're in the drama program, right?
Yes. Oh, hi.
Do you know if Professor Roberts is teaching this semester?
Yes, he is. He's fabulous. I'm taking his improvisation class. In fact, it's tonight.
Oh, great.
I've been taking classes here for about a year, and I think he's been my best teacher.
I know what you mean. He's very inspiring, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I've become a much better actor since taking his classes.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
He's really inspiring. He is inspiring. Is different from he is inspired to draw a new anime. Okay, so we will go over those type of words, ing, ed, adjectives. So I believe we do not have questions here, but I would like to do at least one as a group. After the videos, we are going to go over our first two grammatical formulas. That's how I call them. So present perfect continuous and inspiring, inspired. All right, so we have the same video and we have questions. So let's do this really quickly. We have four, number 1 and 2, Melissa, number 3, Sharai, number 4, Lourdes. So let's begin. Melissa, number 1.
When will Talia get to the university? After Jackie's class, in about 10 minutes, in less than 5 minutes. It's the third one.
Do you agree, Lourdes?
I think that it's about 10 minutes.
I also thought about 10 minutes, but then I remember that she mentioned the class will start in about 10 minutes. That's not the question, is when will Talia arrive? So Melissa, did you actually caught that information on the video? Are you sure about the 5 minutes?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Number 2, Melissa.
What does Talia ask Amy to do? Follow Jackie to her class, talk to Jackie until she arrives, call her back in less than 5 minutes. And it's the second one.
I agree. Number 3, Shara.
What does Amy learn about Jackie? I think it's the second one. Jackie has been taking classes for about 12 months.
Does anybody disagree? No? Okay, number 4, Lourdes.
Jackie says Professor Roberts has helped her. How? He has helped her get a job at the university. He has told her that she is a fabulous actor. He has told her to be a better actor. I think that it's the third one.
Before I submit, let's go with a culture note, if I am not mistaken. Culture note, let me read it. Talia says, you've done your homework, haven't you? Amy seems confused at first. Usually, doing your homework is connected to school, but Talia explains that she's asking if Amy has done her research and has gotten background information on Jackie and the theater program. Talia needs Amy to talk to Jackie and keep her there until she arrives. So the outcome was yes, she had some background information about the professor and the classes. So have you done your homework? Do your homework, okay? Let's submit. And we are correct on all of them. For now on, in order to cope with the timing, I will no longer copy and paste snapshots. I am sure that you can remember the correct answers when you do the activities. So let me close this. And let's go to our second pre-listening video. Is it the same video? Is it a longer video? Let's watch. Amy continues talking with Jackie. She's trying to make small talk, pleasant conversation to fill the time until Talia arrives. So here we have Jackie gets very excited and tells Amy several personal things during this conversation. Predict, what do you think she tells Amy? Her brother knows someone in the movie business. Number 2, her brother is a soccer player, which is true and we all know, so maybe she'll say that. Number 3, she has a part in a movie with a famous actor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, she's hoping to be a movie star someday. Of course, of course. Number 5, she has met some famous actor, could possibly. Last one, she's planning to go to a famous restaurant tonight. Oh, I don't know. So let's take a second, okay?
Teacher, sorry, I have to go.
Oh, correct. Let me launch my poll and remember before you go. Híjole, me lo dijiste a un minuto, ¿eh? Las actividades que te aparezcan hoy son las que van a caducar dentro de una semana, ¿ok? Y eso sería todo. Thank you very much. Let me launch.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Para la otra me dices 5 minutes before, okay? All right, good luck, my dear Lourdes. Have a great night.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so if you can remember, Melissa or Shara, we also made predictions for the first one, and which one was actually the correct one? Jackie's brother Dean. What did Amy talk about? Jackie's brother Dean, Jackie's acting abilities, drama classes at the university, the audio recording. So the correct one was this one, and only this one, if I am not mistaken. Jackie's acting ability, no. So now let's go back to the second one. All right, so choose one. Jackie gets very excited, so ¿qué revela? ¿Qué es lo que dice de más? What do you think? Let me choose one. Oh my God, this is difficult. But it's a guess, it's a prediction. You don't have to be correct. I'll choose this one. So Melissa, which one are you choosing?
The second one?
Okay, her brother is a soccer player. That's your prediction. You don't have to be correct. And Shara.
Teacher, can I choose two?
Sure, her brother is a soccer player. Yes? Okay, so it's a prediction. We don't have to be correct. Let's see.
Oh, I'm Amy Lee, by the way.
Hi, Jackie Bishop. Well, that's my real name. My stage name is Jackie Baker.
So, do you have an agent?
As a matter of fact, I spoke to an agent last week. I just sent him my audition reel, and he thought it was incredible.
I'm not surprised. You do seem incredible.
And my brother knows this big-time film director. He's going to introduce me.
That's great. Wait, is your brother that famous soccer player?
Dean Bishop? That's right. He's my older brother. We just adore each other. He's a soccer star. I'm going to be a movie star. Tonight, he's taking me out for a celebration.
Tonight? Really? A celebration? What are you celebrating?
Oh, just this little success. I like to say, always celebrate your successes.
That sounds like excellent advice.
Anyway, we're going to this fabulous restaurant near here, Valentino's. Have you ever eaten there?
Me? No, I can't afford that.
I ate there once and I saw Madonna.
Wow.
Can you believe it? It was so exciting.
I guess you have to go to the right places.
Oh, absolutely. I booked the perfect table for people watching.
I'm impressed. You really plan ahead. You're amazing.
Okay, so she made me laugh a little bit, so I guess she's a good actress. So, what was actually the correct predictions? Number one, her brother knows someone in the movie industry. I would say so because she mentioned that he knew a producer, correct? Number 2, her brother is a soccer player. Yes, they also talk about that. Number 3, she has a part in a movie. No, she's hoping to be a movie star someday. What would you say about this one, Melissa? Was that mentioned?
Not directly, I think, maybe in the whole video, but not with a sentence.
Yes, especially when she mentioned my brother is a soccer player and I'm looking forward to become a movie star. So movie star, soccer star. Yes, not directly, but yes. So far 3. She has met some famous people. Yes, Madonna. She's planning to go to a famous restaurant. Well, do you remember the name, Shara? Dinos, right? Dinos or something like that. Do you remember, Melissa? Was it Dinos?
The name of the restaurant was Valentino's.
Valentina's, okay. So according to the name, it might be Italian food, okay? Valentino's. Thank you very much, Shara. What were you going to say, Melissa? Valentino's as well?
Yes, exactly.
Good memory, you two, because I completely forgot. So let's rewatch the video with subtitles.
Oh, I'm Amy Lee, by the way.
Hi, Jackie Bishop. Well, that's my real name. My stage name is Jackie Baker.
So, do you have an agent?
As a matter of fact, I spoke to an agent last week. I just sent him my audition reel, and he thought it was incredible.
I'm not surprised. You do seem incredible.
And my brother knows this big-time film director. He's going to introduce me.
That's great. Wait, is your brother that famous soccer player?
Dean Bishop? That's right. He's my older brother. We just adore each other. He's a soccer star. I'm going to be a movie star. Tonight, he's taking me out for a celebration.
Tonight? Really? A celebration? What are you celebrating?
Oh, just this little success. I like to say, always celebrate your successes.
That sounds like excellent advice.
Anyway, we're going to this fabulous restaurant near here, Valentino's. Have you ever eaten there?
Me? No, I can't afford that.
I ate there once and I saw Madonna.
Wow.
Can you believe it? It was so exciting.
I guess you have to go to the right places.
Oh, absolutely. I booked the perfect table for people watching.
I'm impressed. You really plan ahead. You're amazing.
I'm going to be a superstar. Okay, so she believes in herself. That's good. I'm going to be a superstar. All right, Jackie Bishop. Now, let's try to do, here, 1 second. So here, let's do the first one. Let's do one as a group. And then all we have left is the grammatical formula for present perfect continuous. Okay, so we have 4. Let's divide them into 2 per student. Sarai, Sharai, you have 1 and 2. Go ahead.
Okay, number 1. Who did Jackie send her audition reel to last week? A talent agent.
Okay.
Number 2, what did Dean promise to do for Jackie in the future? Get her a part in a big movie. I don't know. That's difficult because
Okay, let's ask for your classmate to help you. Melissa, do you agree or do you have a different answer?
I don't know. I'm confused too. I think it's the first one or maybe the third one. I think it said. I think she said introduce her to some bigger names, but I don't know if it was only a film director. As
If
I
I am
remember, but I
mistaken,
don't know.
I also heard something on the video that she mentioned it like this. My brother knows a famous film director, so maybe it's number 3. So the last, you have the decision, my dear Shara, 1 or 3.
okay, let's go for the third one.
Thank you, Melissa. 3 and 4.
Okay, what are Dean and Jackie going to do tonight? And it's the first one. And the 4, what does Jackie think is a good thing to do at Valentino's? The second one.
Correct. It is not actually eating a good pasta, but just watching famous people. Okay, good. Let me submit. And we are 100% correct. So whenever you do this later on, try to remember the answers, okay? A talent agent, introduce her to a film director, have dinner together to celebrate. The frame, and look at famous people. Good. Voila. So let me activate those 2 before I forget, of course. So it's actually everything. Now let's finish today's class by going over the first grammar explanation. Before we go straight to the grammar explanation, remember I mentioned about a YouTube video that talks about, it's not an explanation, not a grammar explanation, but it's basically going straight to the actual use of these tense. How do we use it? When do we use it? Why do we use it? It's a conversation, basically a story. So let's enjoy it.
You've been letting yourself get too tense during the driving practice. You should try to relax.
I've been trying to stay relaxed, Mr. Edwards, but I really need to get my license as soon as possible.
There's no rush. Everyone learns at their own pace. It's important to be fully prepared when you take your test. You look so tired.
It's because I haven't been sleeping well. Worrying so much about it lately. I've been practicing for weeks now, but I haven't been improving much.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Of course you've been improving. You haven't been stalling anymore. And you've been mastering the gears lately. Your hill starts are brilliant. And you remember now to signal every time you change the lane.
but I always make mistakes at roundabouts. And I find the reverse parking so difficult.
You will get there with practice, don't panic.
Hey, long time no see.
Hi, Robert.
What have you been doing?
I've been taking driving lessons lately. I've been practicing parking maneuvers for 2 weeks, but I still can't do them well. So I'm kind of stressed because of that.
You'll get there. Don't worry about it. Just take your time. Maybe you just need a little more practice. How long have you been having driving lessons?
For 2 months.
Have you taken your theory test yet?
Yes, I have, and I've passed it.
I'm really happy for you.
Thanks. What about you? Have you got your driving license?
Yeah, I have. But I haven't been driving for a while now. I prefer riding my motorcycle.
So, what have you been doing lately?
Well, I've been very busy. I've been preparing hard for the basketball championship. We have a very important game coming up. We've been waiting for it a long time. And we've been training for it a lot. I haven't been going out during the weekends because of this. It has been affecting my social life a lot.
You've been having a very busy season, huh? How long have you been playing basketball?
Since I was 9.
Wow, that's a long time.
Well, it was nice seeing you again. I have to go now. Good luck with your driving license.
Thanks. Best of luck to you, too, in the basketball game. Hi, Paul. Hi, Andrew. What's up? Is there anything wrong with your car? You look worried. Yeah, it's been making strange noises all day. Maybe you should take it to a mechanic. I've been calling him for the past 3 hours, but I can't reach him. So I've been trying to fix it myself. This car's been giving me trouble from the start. My uncle is a mechanic. He's been fixing cars for years. I'm sure he can help you. Really? Then please give me his number.
I'm glad you finally came home. We've been waiting for you.
Really? How's that?
What? Are you kidding? Have you already forgotten about the party? We have been planning it for a whole week. We have been talking about it for days.
Oh, yeah, right, the party. But it's going to be a very small party. Much ado about nothing.
Mom and I have been working hard to prepare the meal. Dad has been cleaning the house for several hours as well. He's getting a little tired. I think you should go and help him.
Okay, I will. I can see you've been raking the leaves in the garden, Dad. Can I help you?
Sure, Andrew. You can mow the lawn.
Great. So there we had some examples about the usage of present perfect continuous, something that started in the past and is still happening in the present. Okay. Before we actually go to the straight grammar formula, let me ask you, what have you been doing in the last 3 weeks? I'll start. For the last 3 weeks, I've been training for my return to the baseball games. I am planning to play again, but since I am a little bit rusty because I haven't played for the last 7 years, I've decided to start training. So I can confess that throughout my trainings, I've been sored. I've been thinking about if I'm going to make it or not. I am not going to lie. I've also been a little bit nervous. And well, last week was my first non-official game, meaning it was a practice game. I played the whole game and I did good. No errors, maybe one error, but I was able to hit the ball good, like always. So my timing is back, my passion is back, and well, this is all because I've been wanting to play baseball since my first day after my retirement 7 years ago. I cannot stop playing the sport. If I stop, I have dreams. When I go and watch a baseball game, I become anxious because I actually want to be inside the baseball field. So I'm addicted to this sport. So that's my confession about what I've been doing for the past 2 to 3 weeks. Now, Melissa, can you share something that you've been doing or something that you've been learning? Go ahead.
Mm, lately, I've been listening to podcasts while I'm working. Um, I I have been adding podcast episodes to a playlist that I have, where I add all the new albums or maybe my Spotify playlist, like my new Music Friday playlist, my Discover Weekly playlist, and I have been adding podcast episodes because I think it's more easy to listen to them while I work because I have one in Spanish and one in English. And I've been trying to listen more the one that is in English to try to be able to understand English while I do something else. So I've been doing that lately. And that it's about books because I haven't been reading much the past few months. So at least I listen to a podcast about books instead of reading because a lot of time to do that right now.
Thank you. So that's some things are easier than other things. Now, can you? I like podcasts too. I've been listening to them since 6 months ago. I actually started listening podcasts, interview podcasts, just to be able to go to sleep. I mean, they use really high quality microphones and I don't know. I take them, I use them to be able to go to sleep. But throughout those months, I've noticed that there is actually interesting information about different topics. So, is a top what to you? What is a podcast?
To me, it's like a TV show. Those the two podcasts that I listen to are about two friends. The Canadian one, who's called Books and Bounds, the one that is about books, and there's the other one with two Mexican girls from Monterrey, who's called justo se llama Perdón por el Spanglish because they mixed a lot Spanish and English words. And I think it's like those late night shows, like, for for example, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, those type of shows, because it's like a chat between two friends. And that's the kind of podcast that I like. I know that there's a lot of genres between the podcast section, at least on Spotify. But for me, it's like a TV show, like an interview show, but only with audio. So you can hear how they talk about different topics week to week.
Yes, thank you. Can you remind me of the two girls from Monterrey? How are their podcasts called or named?
Perdón por el Spanglish with an E at the beginning.
Thank you very much, my dear Melissa. Now let's go with Shara. What have you been doing for the last 3 to 2 weeks? Something that you've been doing as a routine.
Okay, it's not exactly 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 2. I've been working on medicine distribuidora de medicamentos, and at the afternoon, sorry, I've been working on a restaurant as an accountant. Well, these 2 weeks have been really difficult to organize my horarios.
My schedule.
Sorry. And that's all.
Okay, Shara, thank you for sharing. So these past 2 to 3 weeks have been busy. You've become an accountant for a restaurant, and in the mornings, you work for this organization or business with medical items. Well, thank you for sharing. Now, with that being said, my dear students, let's go to the actual explanation about present perfect continuous. We just went over present perfect continuous. Just remember, present perfect, I have watched that movie before. So that's something that started in the past, okay? And it stopped in the past. Present perfect. I have gone to Italy twice. He ido a Italia 2 veces. No estoy diciendo he estado yendo, okay? So let's go straight to this.
Hi, it's Emily. You know, I've been watching a lot of soccer lately. I've watched 3 matches on TV so far, and I've even gone to a few games. Have been watching is the present perfect continuous. Have watched and have gone are the present perfect. Let's compare these 2 verb forms.
And as a reminder, we always start with the positive statement, then negative statement, and at the end, the interrogative.
We often use the present perfect to talk about something that was completed at some time in the past, but not at a specific time. With the present perfect, we're focusing on the completion and result of an action.
Have you found out Jackie's schedule?
In the example, Talia wants to know about the result of Amy's search. We often use the present perfect continuous to talk about something that happened in the past and is still happening. With the present perfect continuous, we're focusing on the continuation of an action.
She's been sitting in the lounge for about 10 minutes.
In the example, Amy means that Jackie is still sitting in the lounge. We often use the present perfect to talk about amounts: how much, how many, and how many times.
We've read 3 books in Professor Roberts' class.
We often use the present perfect continuous to talk about how long.
I've been studying journalism for about 6 months.
As a matter of fact, if I may add some information, in American English, they love to use, they love to be exact, okay? When did it happen, at least for the simple past? For example, I played baseball in 1992. So they love to be exact. So they use a lot of time expressions. Here for present perfect continuous, in order to talk about how long have you been doing something, they use for about, okay? For about. And do not be afraid to use it. Let's continue.
Sometimes you can use either the present perfect or the present perfect continuous. With verbs such as live, work, study, play, take, or teach, with for or since, there is often no difference in meaning between the present perfect and the present perfect continuous.
Amy has studied journalism since last year.
Or,
Amy has been studying journalism since last year.
These two sentences have the same meaning.
Okay, so let me activate only the grammar with present perfect and present perfect continuous. So these activities are going to be activated today. The due date is next week. They are now, you can now see them on your Pearson platform. Tomorrow is a presentation day, so work on your presentations. Sorry, on Monday. On Monday, we will continue. I will start by showing you a comparison between present perfect and present perfect continuous, at least from a YouTube video. So I will see you on Monday. So let me just activate these 11 activities, which we've done 2 of them already so far. We have done 2 of them already. Okay, so due date next Friday. Yes, next Friday. How many times? Okay. How many times can you do each activity? Only 2 times. There's a timer, and that will be all. When can you see the answers? Yes, after 2 attempts, you can. Okay, my dear students, that would wrap it up for today's class. Have a great weekend. Before you go, try to answer the poll, la encuesta, okay? And well, that should be all. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. I am looking forward to seeing you on Monday. So, Melissa, have you answered the poll?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you very much. Shara? Yes. Good. Are there any questions about today's assignment or grammar explanation?
Not teacher.
All right. Well,
No,
have a great.
teacher.
Thank you very much, Shara. Thank you very much, Melissa. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend, okay? If you have any questions, remember you can always send me a private WhatsApp message. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you.